Today I am going to show you a third grade lesson on radial symmetry. We are going to be using our names or our initials to create a symmetrical design that goes around a center point right there in the middle. So this one here I've made a long time ago for a friend of mine named Megan Jo, and her last name started with an M as well. So if I fold this up right here, you can see the M and the J and the M right here. So to get started with this project, we are going to fold our paper. We're going to take the triangle and we are going to fold it from one side to the other, making it look like one giant triangle this time. And I'm going to turn it so that the point is up. So next I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it again in half, making another triangle. So if I open that up again, what I did was took my triangle and I folded it in half. To finish up our triangles, we need to fold this one more time. So I'm going to take these 2 points again and I'm going to fold them together. So I'm going to take this and fold it right here. So what I have done, and I'm going to open it up, show you one more time really quickly. I had a square, I folded it into a triangle, I folded that triangle in half, and I folded that triangle in half, and now I am ready to start my name or my initial design. I'm going to have my students keep theirs folded while they make their name design, and you can see a couple of examples here. I started with some initials, B, L, and N, and I made the letters touch the top and the bottom of both of the edges. Here's another example, E, L, N, and again, both touch the top and the bottom. You can also do your full name. Our school name is Monroe, so I wrote Monroe. You could write your name. You can do cursive if you want with bubble letters. You could do fancy letters. You can design it any way you want to, but you're only designing one triangle, and you will never design another triangle again. You'll just be tracing the rest of the time. So you're going to decide if you're going to do your initials or your name right now. So I'm going to make my letters as big as I can in between here, and I'm going to do L, E, and I'm leaving a little bit of room in between them because I'm going to turn them into bubble letters. A, and I'm also doing all capital letters, and you don't have to do that. You can do it however you want to. H, and I'm going to do a little H, just for fun and design, and then a Y. Now, I'm going to work on turning those into bubble letters, and so I'm going to come over here next to the L.
Did we do it now?
And over and down. And I'm going to erase the bottom of my L. It's just going to go off, just like the top of my L. It's not there. The bottom of my L isn't there either. Next, I'm going to move on to my E. I'm going to turn my E sideways, and it goes up off the top. And then I'm going to go around this to make a bubble letter, down like that. Now I'm going to erase inside of that. If you don't know how to do bubble letters, you can just do the best bubble letters that you can, or you can just write your letters or name really, really big. So my A now is going off the paper, and I'm turning this into a little bubble letter, tracing around it. That's how I'm going to make that H into a bubble H. And this is getting a little thinner than I want it to be right down there, so I'm going to open that up. And now I'm going to do the bubble letter Y. Now my tops and bottoms, I left them open. I didn't make the end of the letter. You can see the A went right off, the H, the Y, and you can do that, or you can do regular letters. Like I chose to have my E kind of flip like that. Your letter E can stay straight. So right now work on designing one triangle with your name or your initials in bubble letters or nice big block letters, or the best printed letters you can do. Next, what I ask my students to do is to take their pencil and make those lines that they made really, really dark, because we're going to use that lead to transfer. We are not going to be doing any more drawing. Everything else that we do today is going to be tracing. If they're ever guessing, you shouldn't be. You should always be tracing. So I'm going to open mine up now. And I'm going to close it so that my writing is on the inside. This is the triangle that I actually wrote on, right here. I am going to take my pencil and trace on the back of the triangle that I actually wrote on. Not the front, not anywhere else. If you look at both sides of my paper right now, it's white. This is the back of the triangle I just drew on. So I'm going to trace over my L, trace over my E. And these letters are backwards. So I'm not having to guess how to make a backwards letter A. I can see right through my paper because this is the triangle that I drew on. It's the back of it. So I'm pressing really hard and I'm going over those letters, and as I open it up, it will flip over there really. I can see here that my design flipped lightly. So now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm tracing over those lines that I can already see. If I'm guessing, I'm doing the wrong thing. I shouldn't be guessing, I should be tracing. Now I can't see the rest of this H, so I'm going to close it. And I'm going to go back over my letter H because I must have missed a line. And now I can see it a lot better. And then I will darken this in as well. Just like that. So now this has been flipped over to the other side. So the first time that I folded it backwards. This time I'm going to fold it down. It really doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I have the outside. So this is the back of my work. This is the back of my work. This is the inside. That's the front. So on the back of my work, I'm going to trace over this again. I'm not going to guess. I'm not doing any freehand work. I'm tracing over this right here again. So I'm going over my L. I'm not guessing. Going over my E. All I'm doing is tracing so that I'm pressing hard. And the lead on the other side of this picture should be transferring into another triangle. Please make sure, if you're one of my students, that you are waiting for me to check with you before you're tracing into another triangle. So I'm going to open this up, and now I can see pretty clearly that I need to darken in these areas. So I'm going to darken that in now. There's a lot of confusion when doing this lesson, and students think that they need to be freehand drawing when they don't. They need to be tracing over this same name 5 times. So I've only done it 2 times. So now it went from here to there, from here to here. Now I'm going to fold it at the other angle because I can get it to transfer again. I'm not going to draw on the back of this. I'm not drawing here, I'm not drawing there. I'm tracing on the back of my letters that I already drew the very first time. This is my 3rd time tracing over these same letters. So as I'm doing this, the lead is transferring. Each time that I'm doing that, I'll open it up, and then I'll have to make those lines darker with my pencil. Again, if I'm needing to guess, I shouldn't be doing that. I'll have to fold it back up and trace again. So I can use this triangle. This is my main one, and I can tell because look at the back. I only used one of them. I can use this one to transfer it to right here. So I fold it. Again, I'm going to trace over this same design for the 4th time. And this 4th time, it's transferring it into another empty triangle and filling it up with this symmetrical design. So there it transferred, and it's transferred very lightly, but dark enough for me to be able to see. So then I can make that darker. I can make the L's line up as I'm going around, and here my E's line up now that some of my patterns are starting to touch. So I'm going to keep on doing that until I've completely gone around with my radial symmetry. I won't be able to use this every single time, so I might have to use one of the other ones that I can kind of see through, like this. So I can kind of see through this one now. That will push the lead into here. So once I've gone all the way around with my design, I am ready to outline with Sharpie. This is a 3rd grade lesson on radial symmetry, using our initials and names to make a radial design.